Hey everybody, Matt with PowersSportsMemorabilia.com. Hey, today's video is going to be on starting an autographed Hall of Fame baseball collection. Where you should start, who should you get, how much should you spend. And for the particulars of this video, we're going to be doing one player per position. So essentially going to be making a team. And the particulars on how you get on this team for this video, one would be the player's Hall of Fame percentage, so the higher the better. Two is going to be the cost of their autograph. You know, when you're starting a collection, you know, you're not going to be able to necessarily go out and get that Babe Ruth baseball right off the bat. So affordability is going to be definitely an important factor in this one. So guys like Ruth are particularly out for this particular team because we're just starting off a collection. And then the third factor would be is how often a player signs, so the availability of their autograph, okay? And so again, we're going to be doing one player per team, one player per position. We're going to basically make an entire team here, okay? At the end of this video, I'll tell you out of the players on that team, which one you guys should start off with. So which would be number one, the one that you want to pick up first, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. First base we're going to start off with is Rod Carew. Carew got 18-time All-Star. He got 90+% Hall of Fame vote. He's also got some super impressive stats. He hit .328. He was a 7-time batting champion. That's absolutely incredible. And he's very affordable, actually. His pricing depends on if you get an inscription or not. You're looking at $79 to $199. So pretty good affordable price there. You can get one for a Hall of Fame inscription right now on my site for $79. So that's a pretty good deal there. Second base, Roberto Alomar. On this team, he was kind of an odd one to pick for this one. I thought there would be a little bit better choices for second base, but when I looked at all the numbers and all the qualifying factors for this one, he was a clear-cut choice on this one. Affordable, he's about $79 a ball. He got 90+% of his Hall of Fame votes, and he does quite a few signings, you know. So he's definitely out there, easy to pick up. 10-time Gold Glove winner, so defensive star, 2-time World Series champion, 12-time All-Star. So he's a good pick for second base there. Shortstop, this one was super easy. Cal Ripken Jr. You got to go with the Iron Man. I mean, even take away his consecutive game streak, which I personally think maybe besides DiMaggio's hit streak, those two are kind of hand in hand, is definitely one of the hardest streaks to beat. I mean, my gosh, nobody's going to be playing that many games. But he got 98% of his Hall of Fame votes. 98%. What 2% of people didn't vote for him in? He's a 19-time All-Star. I mean, the guy basically played his entire career as an All-Star. 2-time MVP, World Series champion, Rookie of the Year. I mean, and he's affordable, too. He's about $99 a ball. You can get a Hall of Fame inscription once for about $139. So, I mean, that's great bang for your buck right there for a Hall of Fame player. So you gotta have Ripken on this team. Third base, George Brett on this one. In my opinion, he's probably one of the best pure hitters in baseball, or was one of the best pure hitters in baseball. He's a member of the 3,000 Hit Club, 13-time All-Star, won a World Series in '85 with the Royals. He was an MVP, and he got 98% Hall of Fame vote, 98%. So that's astronomically high. And, you know, he's got kind of a funny backstory, too, the pine tar incident, you know, that's just, and there's a link on my blog on this whole entire thing on my website at PowersSportsMemorabilia.com. You can watch a video of that pine tar. Obviously, most of you have seen it there, but every time I see it, I just chuckle. That's just one of the funniest moments in baseball history. And he's decently affordable. He's probably more on the higher end for this collection, but he's looking at about $199 for George Brett. So, again, not terribly high, still under that $200 range. Left field, got to go with Rickey Henderson on this one. The Man of Steel. I mean, you got to have some speed on the bases, right, for this team. 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion. He was MVP, got 94% of his Hall of Fame votes. He's probably one of the more higher-end autographs on this one. He's about $229. He does a few signings a year, so he's not totally elusive, but he's a little bit more on the higher end. But he's definitely available, so that's huge when you're starting a collection. So if you wanted to, wait for his next signing to get a particular inscription, he's definitely going to be doing one. So center field, man, this is probably, besides Ripken, this is probably the easiest pick of this entire team, and that's Ken Griffey Jr. For those of you who don't know, he just did his first Hall of Fame or post Hall of Fame autograph signing, and of course collectors are just going nuts over that stuff. So He is probably one of my favorite players. I know he's the favorite player of a ton of people, so he's got to be on the team. I mean, my gosh, dude, he received 99% of his Hall of Fame vote. How does nobody vote for this guy 100%? I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, Ken Griffey is like clear-cut Hall of Famer. Anybody who thinks he's not just needs to have their voting rights rescinded. I mean, 13-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner, 500 home run club winner, great defensive player, won MVP in 1997, and people just like the dude. I mean, he was the kid. So he's going to be probably the second highest autograph on this team. You're looking at $299 for him. Again, that's actually pretty affordable, though. You know, when he was signing with Upper Deck and all that stuff, man, he was way more expensive, I thought, than this. So I think $299 with like a Hall of Fame inscription, that's a pretty good price for Ken Griffey. I mean, that's right up there with bang for buck like on Cal Ripken. Right field, got to go with Hammer and Hank on this one. Hank Aaron, I mean, listen, he's, you know, in most people's opinion, probably the home run champion. You know, that's debatable whether or not you believe or don't believe certain things, but Hank's with 25-time All-Star. I mean, he is an All-Star more longer than some of you are alive, so that's absolutely crazy. League MVP, he had a 305 average, which, I mean, he wasn't technically a power hitter. You know, he did hit obviously a ton of home runs, but you wouldn't think of him hitting 40 or 50 home runs. But for a power hitter, that's pretty good. 305 there. 97% of Hall of Fame vote. Again, who are the 3% who didn't vote these people, vote him in? He's got his number retired by the Braves and the Brewers. He is the most expensive one on this list, but, I mean, you got to have Hank Aaron in your collection. I mean, Hank Aaron is, man, he is baseball. So, you're looking at about $419 for Hank Aaron. Again, the most expensive autograph, but you got to have him. You don't necessarily need to start the collection with him, but you can pick him up at some point. Catcher, another easy one. Johnny Bench, 14-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time World Series champion, and also MVP as well. You know, as far as catchers go, I mean, I couldn't think of anybody that was better than him for this particular position. Got 96% of his Hall of Fame votes. Signs autographs pretty regularly. And also very affordable. You can get Hall of Fame inscription for $99 for him. So, I mean, that's a great price. $100 with the Hall of Fame inscription for a player his caliber. Man, that's the way to go. Okay, so now we get into the two pitchers. We're going to do a starting pitcher and we're going to do a closer. And the starting pitcher was a tough one. I could have gone many different ways with this one, and I decided to go this route for a couple reasons, and I'll get into it here. But starting pitcher, I'm going with Nolan Ryan. And, you know, there's probably better options out there for players with an ERA or better win percentage than him. But he's on this list for a couple different reasons. One, he's a strikeout king, so that's a super impressive stat to begin with. He got 7 no-hitters. I mean, dude, if that's not the definition of being unhittable, I don't know what is. You know, the fight with Robin Ventura is kind of cool. That kind of like solidifies his point in this on this list here. 3 teams retired his jersey. He got 98% of the Hall of Fame vote. And he's affordable, man. I mean, the Nolan Ryan baseballs are $99. You can get Hall of Fame inscribed ones for $119. I mean, that is super cheap for arguably one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Definitely a stat stuffer guy. So, I mean, that's great bang for your buck right there. Closer. This one didn't have a ton of great options just simply because baseball didn't start, keeping the save stat until, later on. But tough choice, though, but I went with Dennis Eckersley. The reason why I went with Eck is, his autograph's pretty affordable. He does quite a few signings on there. 390 saves. Only got 83% of his Hall of Fame votes, but that was actually one of the higher ones for closers. But honestly, at the pinnacle of his career, I mean, like 88, 89, when those A's were at the top, man, he was like unhittable. I mean, he was just, oh man, he was dirty. I mean, and then of course he gave up that home run to Kirk Gibson, so that kind of put him on the mat forever. So, that's the team, guys. Those are the 10 players that I would kind of start off with. And if you're looking for which guy should you pick to get your collection started with, bar none, it's super easy, and you got to go with Ken Griffey Jr. And here's why. Number one, he's probably the best player on this team. Number two, he doesn't sign all that much, so who knows how long Hall of Fame related baseballs will be out there at affordable pricing. So you can get ones with an inscription, or if you want to get him on a Hall of Fame logo ball. So that's who I would start with. I would definitely start with Ken Griffey Jr. But just make sure when you guys do this collection that you guys are staying consistent with it. And what I mean by that is if you're just going to do regular MLB baseballs, do regular MLB baseballs for everybody. If you're going to do them all with the Hall of Fame inscription, do them all with the Hall of Fame inscription. If you're going to do them all on the Hall of Fame logo ball, then do them all on the Hall of Fame logo. So that way when you get your collection completed, it's done, it's perfect, it's exactly the way that you want it, and you're in love with it because everything's consistent. So I know some collectors are OCD with me about similar to me like that. So definitely keep it all the same. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys would change, if you guys would pick different players or a different position for a particular player. And let me know what you guys think about the team. So anyways, good luck. If you guys have any questions, let me know.